Guys, welcome back to the lair. Welcome back to another unboxing review. Yes, we're going back to talking head roll and car review. So why am I doing this? Because there is a car that just came out that I think is really cool. It is from Slotted. It is the 512M from Ferrari. This is the 24 of Lemans 1971 edition, and it is the partner to the Sunoco of the same year, but this one ran Daytona. So we're gonna unbox these two cars, really take a look at them, and get a very original perspective of them too. So if you're really excited about this, stick around. Let's get to it. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is unbox these cars. We'll start with the new yellow and green Le Mans edition. So once again, these cars come well packaged. They have a nice clamshell that keeps them safe while they ship. And here we go. Very simple. We do have a few spares underneath. This is the holder for the chip that Slotted sells to chip your car, whether you want it to go to digital for Carrera or digital for Scalextric or oxygen itself. I believe this holder holds everything. I am not chipping this car because I love to run them analog as they were intended. And because I have an Omni slot box, allows me to do that. So here we go. Here's the car. I hope the lighting is doing this justice. It's the Turgal edition. It's yellow and green. And as you noticed on the box here, it does not say Ferrari. It just says 512M. That's because Slotted does not have the Ferrari license. So we're just going to call this Italian sports car moving forward. So this is the Turgal edition. I love the yellow and green livery. I think it will be really good and stand out next to the Sunoco edition. But this car, about a couple years ago, won Car of the Year, and deservedly so. And I know there's a lot of hype happening right now about the Datsun 510s, but I think there's a lot of cool cars coming out, so I want to reserve my Car of the Year speculations. I'm not saying that this car is the Car of the Year, but I do like the look of this one quite a bit. We're going to open this up, take a look at the chassis, and then get it all lubed up and put it on track. So we're going from box to track in a couple of seconds here. So 4 screws to undo here, and then we should be into this car. So when you undo this car, you have to be careful because each of these screws comes with a little washer, so make sure you don't lose them. And when you're putting them back, you make sure that the washers go in with the little screws here. Alright, so 4 screws, and this car should come off its chassis here. Oh, I believe, oh, there is a 5th screw here. So gotta watch out for this. One more screw in the back here. I would have missed that. There we go. There we go. Taking this car apart. So here we go. And here we go. So here we go. We got the little quick connector here, which is great because if you want to put a Carrera chip into this car, as you can see, Slotted has already put the holes in. Because I race Carrera Digital, if I wanted to chip this car, it's pretty easy. All the holes are already in place. There is the holder that they send for with you, and you can easily connect this to the new digital chip that Slotted sells. A link is in the description if you're interested. As you can see, there's a good motor mesh here. I don't have to do anything about that. Obviously, the tires could be sanded, but I believe the Slotted tires, these rib tires, run really well. So I don't think I'm going to do much there. There's a little bit of play here but it's nothing that affects the drive. Obviously, you can put float, you can do a lot of adjustments to this car, but we're trying to put it on track as fast as possible. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a touch of this micro lube grease to this pinion and gear combination, and I'm just going to put a dab of oil down on all the bearings here, and we're going to button this car back up and put it on track and see what it does. Alright, before we go to the trackside, let's take a quick look at the Sunoco as well. This is another 512 Italian sports car. This is the Daytona edition. This has come out a lot earlier. I just never unboxed this car because I was waiting for its running mate, which we now have. And yeah, let's take a look at this. Now, if you really want to get a really cool version of this car, my friend Boone over at Boones Stock Car Garage does a really cool weathered version of this car. So if you're interested in getting a really authentic weathered look of this car as it ran in the 24 Hours of Daytona, please go over to Boone's channel. I'll put a link in the description below and check out this car. But same deal, it's a 512M. It's in beautiful blue and yellow Sunoco livery. I think both these cars on track side by side will look tremendous. Hey guys, yeah, so here they are, the two cars side by side. This is the Sunoco Ferrari. Sorry, it's not a Ferrari, it's an Italian sports car. This is a 512M in yellow going up against the 512M Sunoco. I got two of very amateur racers to put them on track and give them a run. Let's go trackside and find out who's going to put these cars to the test, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. We're trackside now. Before I put these cars on track, let me introduce you to the drivers. So, driving the blue car and representing Sunoco.
Back by popular demand, Sulk is in the building.
Sulk. Thank you, Sulk, for being here. So Sulk is going to handle the Ferrari Sunoco. Sulk, have you raced stock cars before?
Yeah. What?
Briefly.
Well, last time we did it was our league that we did, or our track.
That's right, the Mustang GTY.
Yeah, that piece of. No,
yeah,
on,
okay.
Yes.
So Sulk is going to give us an honest opinion. He's never raced this car before. I took only 10 minutes to tech this car straight out of the box, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Well, basically all I did was unbox it.
You just handed it to me.
I just lubed it up and then gave it to you. And yes, lubed it up. And that's the blue Sunoco, which Simon will be driving. And then competing against Simon and driving the yellow Sunoco, yellow 512, sorry, not Sunoco, but the yellow Turgal 512 is none other than HULK, backed by popular demand for all his muscular activity. But he'll take care of the yellow Ferrari. Once again, HULK is very new to racing, so this should be a very good matchup. Both the cars are completely stock. Both cars came out of the box. So let's get to trackside and put them to the test.
Winner. Victory lap. And welcome back to the lair. I'm Sulk.
I'm Hulk.
It's been a minute since I said that.
Yes.
So let's go.
You mean Lego?
Wait,
Speaking of Lego,
what happened to our background? Where's all the
anyways,
stuff I built?
moving on. Moving on.
Well, you guys just put the Italian sports car on track. So both of you are very new to slot cars, right?
Well,
Ish. Newish.
Yes.
But
It's been, I have not raced in a very long time, and I don't even call it racing. I just call it crashing cars.
Right. Anyway, so we're back on track. I gave you
Pun
two
fully intended.
new cars,
Mm-hmm.
and I let you have a 25-lap race.
Mhm.
What were your experiences? Let's start with Sulk. What did you feel about the car? What do you feel about the whole experience? And this is also analog, so you are not allowed to change lanes and all that. We're mostly digital. But what do you feel about the car? Let's just start with your feel.
I found it actually hugged it, like, again, straight out of the box. It hugged it very well, because some of the things I have driven, like, they'll just go flying at every turn. And I started, like, when the race actually started, I did try to push it a little bit. Obviously not to its, like, full throttle, but hugged turns pretty well. Minus that, like, the end of the tail there, where it has the squeeze,
so we
right?
have that. We have the hairpin curve at the end of the long straight, which
that's
is always going to catch everyone out.
Yeah.
It catches me out. It catches everyone out. And also, it's a squeeze, so sometimes you're going to bump and grind. But yes.
What? He said it, not me.
Anyway, and the person that's saying it is actually Raul behind the camera here. So I'm doing an interview with Sulk and Hulk here. And they just finished driving the Italian sports car 512M. And the reason I have to say Italian sports car is because Slotted does not have the Ferrari license.
No license.
No license there. Anyway, so you had a great experience with the car, straight out of the box, drove really smooth. It sounded really smooth on track. What was your experience, Hulk? Same car.
It went better than when I was on your live stream.
That's right. So you raced a 124 car. You had a little bit of a hard time with that, but this car was
smaller, more nimble. Doesn't feel as heavy, but yeah, like Simon said, it did hug a little bit better until he pushed me off the track as well.
I did no such thing.
Fatty. Anyways, no, it was pretty good.
I only can be jacked like you are.
Anyways, no, it was fun. It was pretty good. Better experience than on your live stream. I didn't have to get tapped out.
Okay, so overall impressions of this car?
Smooth.
Good, out of the box or anything like that, especially all the stuff I used to drive and crash. Those stupid Mustangs. Again, I digress, but yes, good.
Very limited experience with slot cars, but this one was pretty good.
I did. Also driving on new track too, because you actually have a lot more lap time than I do on this thing, because I have not been around.
You are, anyways.
I rolled into that one. How about that?
Yeah, a little bit more. Not so much racing, because I would help out Rule with when he takes pictures and all that. So I'm not really pushing it either. The only real racing was
racism.
The half race I did with Christian, and then I said tap out.
That's fine. I mean, the whole point about slot cars is slowly getting comfortable with the track, with the car, and finding a connection with the car. Now, something that has been said is that cars coming out of the box, especially hobby grade cars, need a lot of fiddling. I literally took these cars out of the box within 10 minutes, put some oil into them, put some grease into them, and put them in your hands. So let me get your honest opinion. If you were to go into a shop and buy a slot car, and take it out of the box, what are your expectations?
Well, a better run, because I just picked this thing up, and normally, the last time I went to a slot car track, you buy it, instantly test it on the track. Because I remember it was like GPK, again, name dropping that one. This goes way back. When you buy the car, you get 10, like an hour of free track time with it, and then it's just to test the car out and have some fun with it, because you just bought this thing, may as well run it right away. So I assume this thing should work coming out of the box.
Okay. What if I told you that you could buy a car, but when you took it out of the box, the gear mesh wasn't touching the rear tires were rubbing on the body, and you had to tech the car in before you could run it.
Putting the car back.
Am I getting paid?
No, I don't care if I'm getting paid.
No,
man.
I need to get paid.
It was a hobby.
Well,
Like,
again,
I would buy this car because I would want to race it. I don't want to buy this car because I want to work on it. I'm not mechanically.
well, again, even if I work like the ask any mechanic, we don't work on our own cars. Our project cars take years because we're not getting paid.
Yes.
And then that's my time, technically my parts, my labor, and that's zero in my wallet. Technically, it's minus in my wallet because if I got it,
your time is money.
yeah. Like, okay, as you know, like I like Gundam, so I build this stuff for fun. But this isn't meant to be built.
It's meant to be moved.
Like I'm not gonna tune these stupid things. Like, I don't know what I do. Yeah.
Let's back it up, right?
Yeah.
So you guys don't know slot cars, but you collect statues,
Mm-hmm.
correct? And you collect Gundam,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
I like to build. Clear.
So let's talk about it. If you bought a statue,
Mhm.
right, and you unboxed it, but you had to put it together.
I'm perfectly fine with that because buying big statues, they do have to come together at certain points because you can't really package it all at one go. Like it'll break on.
You don't have to paint it.
No.
And you don't have to
Display it, model it, anything
glue
like that.
it
No.
together, right?
No.
The expectation
You expect
is
that from a Gundam
Yeah.
because
Yes.
when you bought it, you know that it's a put together kit,
Yes.
correct?
It's like Lego. You don't. It's or
But when you
IKEA
buy
furniture.
a statue, you
Mhm.
don't expect to paint it and you don't expect to glue it.
No.
You expect it to come out of the thing, and
Mhm.
maybe with a little bit of tweaks, you can put it on your shelf, and
Mhm.
that's what you buy for.
Mhm.
Same thing that I feel about slot cars.
Yeah.
When I buy a slot car, because I'm a collector, I don't think I need to fill it with the car for about an hour to get it on track.
Well, my case in point is like you buy a brand new car, it comes with a full tank of gas.
Yep.
Right.
The PSI for the tires.
Everything is done. Like it's
Alignment is good.
It's a pre-delivery inspection for a reason.
Yes.
So what terrible QCs? What you're trying to get at? Like
Yeah, so my this is my thing. Whether you're buying a car, unless it's a kit, unless it completely states that it's a kit
mhm.
that you have to put together, then I expect the car to come out of the box and run with very minimal tweaking.
Mhm.
So if I can open up, put some oil into it, which is just general, make sure that the tires are good, they're spinning. That's it. Sand down the tires if I need to. I accept that. But if I have to tear the whole car down to put it back together, to make it not have noise and make it run, I don't think it's worth it.
That's in our trade. It goes back. You're instantly taking it back to the dealership, saying, "Where's my warranty?"
Yep.
Or you can be the lemon law, saying, "I don't want this car anymore,"
Yep.
which we had before. Or unless it's my own fault that I drove into a wall that doesn't work.
No, this is out the box.
Yeah, I know, but
before you
again,
even
it's
go
just
right?
yeah. But like, I've seen people burn clutches on the drive out.
All right, well, good to get your insight because I think it's important that everyone understands why there's an uproar when you buy a $125 car and you pull it out of the box and it just doesn't run. And no matter how much of a hobbyist or enthusiast you are, I think it gives you a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, again, you buy the Carrera one for like $60 and it runs like fine.
Yeah,
I'm
and
assuming
people
everything.
will call that Carrera car a toy grade car
Mhm.
because it's not supposed to outperform some of these hobbyist cars. But at the end of the day, I say that if you want people to value this hobby, then give them what they pay for. So if I'm buying a car at double the price of a Carrera car, or
It better run.
it
Like-
should come out of the box and run. So anyway, I'm not going to continue with this, but I'm glad that the slotted that came out of the box with minimal tweaking ran on the track, and you guys were able to handle it. And you are not hobbyists, and you are not enthusiasts. You're just two novices that came to a track and had it run. So hopefully you guys had a great time. We'll do a lot more of these moving forward. But I think that's it for now. Yeah, so we're back. We just finished putting the Turgal up against the Sunoco on track. I got a bunch of novices to race them. I got their opinions. You heard how smooth these cars run. Really great. You know that these cars are phenomenal because this is part of a car that won Car of the Year a couple of years ago. And yeah, if you haven't got this car, I'd go out and get it. If you haven't got a slotted, definitely go pick one up. These cars are phenomenal. And it's a stunning looking car. I'm glad I have it. And until next time, guys, hope you're having fun on rails.